think it's time. Wranglin'!
Well, he's a wrangling kind of man, catching them poodles when he can. Rope and riding poodle wrangler dude. Yeah. So today I'm gonna share some thoughts about achieving those results in life that you're after. It's a mighty big thing to wrap your head around, and I'm not going to tell you like what you should do. I simply want to share my experience with some of the ways that I've created tremendous opportunity for myself when I really didn't see it coming. Oh, and we'll do some wrangling with the dogs, and we'll see where this leads us. And in fact, this video is exactly what I'm talking about. You see, I'm not really sure how this is going to come out. And some of the things that have brought me the most success weren't planned out per se. I mean, sure, I had a plan, but they weren't planned out by the T, right? They weren't meticulously crafted and a blueprint step by step. Rather, all I did was just take the next step, and I didn't know where the staircase was leading. I just was willing to take the next step. It was awesome. All the snow is almost gone. Can you believe there's still snow up there? What is it, the 8th of June? So let's keep going on. I want to talk about opportunity. And I'm going to simply share some things that have worked well for me. And you get to decide, take it or leave it, if this suits you. This house on the right is the most recent house to be completed. And really pretty. I think the folks are just moving in or just moved in the last day or two. Further over to the right, you can see a little bit of Garden of the Gods and Colorado Springs. We're about 1,000 feet above Colorado Springs. Come on, Otis. Come on, buddy. Otis likes to eat all the grass. He's a grass-fed poodle. Isn't that right, bud? But it makes you sick. You don't want to do that, bud. So for me, many times, some of the greatest things that I've done that have really been rewarding on a personal level, on a financial level, a lot of these things have come when I've had just kind of a vague idea of the general direction I wanted to go. In other words, like, I knew what Z looked like, right? I started at A, and I knew what Z looks like, but I didn't know exactly how I would get there. And quite honestly, I've always kind of felt like you don't need to have it all figured out. And a lot of times when I do start super duper planning with blueprints and lists of things and steps, I gotta tell you, it always changes. So I end up spending so much time planning on stuff that I never do. That seems kind of crazy to me. So today I definitely plan and I think and I strategize, but I spend more time doing, just taking action, and things unfold along the way. I don't have to have it all figured out. I just take the next step. Isn't that something? Boy, what a view. Talk about being blessed to be able to live here. It's really a pretty time of year right now in Colorado. The spring's always nice because after the leaves pop and hopefully we've had some rain, we get wildflowers. And in fact, the wildflowers right there, can you see these? These are called Indian paintbrush. And that's a pretty good amount of them. Real pretty flowers. And because we've had a lot of rain, which we normally, especially in the summer, we won't have a lot of rain, we've had a lot of snow melt, we get those wildflowers. And boy, you go up into the mountains like Vail or Crest Butte, absolutely gorgeous, unbelievable. I guess it's really what you make it, right? And trying to find and see the beauty day by day. Well, I'll tell you one thing that I know. You don't stare your demons down. You gotta grapple 'em, Jack, and pin 'em to the ground. Climb up the mountain to reach where the eagles soar. Striving to be the best I can be, kicking down that front door. Whew. I feel like I'm a crazy man and I'm walking up a freaking mountain. You ever feel like that? Climbing up the mountain to reach where the eagles soar.